Welcome everybody to another One Winged Angel underscore TV video. Today we're going to be talking about the community pit stop season 6 improvements and all the updates and stuff that they're going to be doing, which I'm interested to see what they're going to be doing. So without further ado, let's get down to the nitty gritty and let's talk about this community pit stop update. So Disney Speedstorm community pit stop season 6 improvements, everybody. February 5th. This literally just came out at noon, 43 minutes ago. So we're going to talk about the updates to teleport skill, trickster racer class, and racer balancing, and more. Hey Speed Stars! Disney Speedstorm Season 6 Under the Sea, inspired by the animated classic Disney's The Little Mermaid, is approaching fast. The team has been hard at work making improvements to the game experience based on the community feedback, and we're here to share them with you. The teleport skill, I'm assuming the teleport skill is the clock. I'm assuming that's what that is. So they made some changes to the clock again. They're not removing it, unfortunately, guys. They're not going to remove this thing. No matter how many times we ask for it, they're not going to remove it. The teleport skill, the duration of the teleportation granted by the teleport skill has been reduced and is now consistent and is no longer calculated based on a player's distance from the racer in first place. I mean, I would love to see this in practice to see how this, you know, affects everybody or not. So we're definitely curious to see what, you know, how distant you're going to go with the clock now that it's not determined by the person in first place. The trail left by a racer using teleport is now longer and persists for a longer period of time to make it clear to other players that someone has teleported. So are we going to know when somebody gets teleported, you know, a lot longer, so we'll know if somebody has a clock or not. Still, game loft, I still think, at least for ranked, y'all should just remove this clock, because, you know, we don't need a clock to teleport us to try to get, you know, a W when, you know, this should be skill based. Rank should be skill based, not, you know, RNG based. But that's my opinion, and, you know, we'll let the community decide about that one. So we'll move on to the next thing. The next thing is now racer balancing, guys. So tricksters are gonna get a little bit of I don't know, would you call that a buff? I don't know. I think I'll call that a buff, guys. Tricksters. Dashing a rival with a trickster class racer will no longer apply the hack skill effect to the rival racer. It will now grant the trickster random level 1 common skill. That is amazing, to be honest, because you never know what common skill you're going to get when you side bash somebody. And this can really be something that really helps out tricksters. Yeah, the hack ability, y'all know me. I hate the hack ability. But being able to dash somebody, maybe getting like a boost skill, you know, to get that top speed going, that's an amazing thing. It's basically, just think about Genie, for example. He gets random 3 common skills, you know, when you charge his ability. This is kind of the same thing. You side bash somebody, you get a random level 1 common skill. So I think that's actually really good for tricksters. You know, tricksters might go meta, chat. Tricksters might go meta, guys. You never know. So the next one is Racer Elizabeth Swan. So Elizabeth Swan, guys, you know, the one that everybody hates. The length of the trail effect from Elizabeth's charge unique skill has been reduced by 50%. Yo, can we get a round of applause, chat? Let's get a round of applause. Reduced by 50%. That's big, guys. That's big. That's a big chunk of that trail gone. The duration of Elizabeth's charge unique skill has been increased by 1 second. So they increased it by 1 second because obviously now that they reduced it. So we'll see how much of a reduce that is come season 6. I'm curious to see, because Elizabeth Swan may not be as annoying as she is now come season 6. Now let's go to the next racer, Steamboat Mickey, everybody. The length of the trail effect from Steamboat Mickey's charge unique skill has been reduced by 35%. Another trail nerf. This is amazing. 35%, like I said, same thing with Swan. We'll see how good that 35% is and if it's still glitchy or not. Manual boost is now granted to Steamboat Mickey each time a rival racer enters the trail effect of his charge unique skill. Another great thing for Steamboat. You know, Steamboat can get nerfed, but he can still be able to, you know, if you hit somebody, still get some manual boosts, which is great. Also, Steamboat's Mickey's top speed stats have been increased. Wow. So let's see how Steamboat Mickey plays out on the meta on season 6 with these top speed stats being increased, his unique being reduced. the trail, and then also getting manual boost if somebody does get hit by that trail. We'll find out. Steamboat Pete's another one. Steamboat Pete's acceleration and handling stats have been increased. That's going to be interesting to see how Steamboat Pete gets played, because he also got nerfed this season as well. So we'll see how that goes. Now Olaf is another interesting one. Racer Olaf, the length of the trail effect from Olaf's charge unique skill has been reduced by 35%. Same as Mickey. The duration of the stun effect from Olaf's charge unique skill has been reduced by 50%. That's also going to be great, because that stun was so annoying when you get hit with this trail. Manual boost is also going to be granted every time somebody touches the trail, which is great. And Olaf's top speed stats has been increased, just like Steamboat Mickey's. So that's going to be interesting to see how Olaf gets played when the top speed being increased. Lilo's another one. You know, here's for Racer Lilo, the trail effect of the charge activation of Lilo's unique skill no longer stuns rival racers, which is crazy. So now Lilo's ability don't even stun nobody. It's just for her just to go, and that's it. That's going to be interesting. I think that's kind of like a little nerf right there for Lilo. Lilo's top speed stats have been increased, so we'll see if her top speed helps her little unique ability be just as fast as like Aladdin's and Oswald. We'll see. We'll see in season 6 and see how Lilo plays out with not being able to stun nobody. Oh, look at that. Aladdin also gets another nerf, chat. Aladdin, the speed of which Aladdin travels while the uncharged activation of his unique skill is active and has been reduced by 15 kph or 9 miles per hour. So he got nerfed almost 10 miles per hour speed when he uses that carpet now. So we'll see how much that plays out. Aladdin might not be auto win like he used to be. We'll find out. Now this is a big one, guys. This is the one that everybody hated. Jasmine with that glitchy Raja. The duration of the normal activation of Jasmine's unique skill has been reduced by 20%. Jasmine is now invulnerable while the normal activation of her unique skill is active. So the uncharged activation of Jasmine, I believe, is what they say by normal activation. She is now invulnerable. That's actually pretty glitchy. The duration of the charge activation of Jasmine's unique skill has been reduced by 20%. That's great, because Raja do be moving a lot. The amount of Raja moves while the charge activation of unique skill is active has been reduced by 10%. Hopefully this fixes the glitchiness of Raja going all over the place and teleporting. We'll find out on season 6. Jasmine now generates manual boost while the charge activation of unique skill is active. That's crazy. And then Jasmine's top speed stats has been increased. Yo, they're increasing a lot of people's top speed stats. The meta of season 6 is going to shift, chat. The meta of season 6 is going to definitely shift. Now we got Kristoff. So Kristoff, the duration of the charge activation of Kristoff's unique skill has been reduced by 1 second across all star levels. All right, so that means, you know, him throwing them logs is going to be reduced by 1 second. The amount Sven moves while the normal activation of Kristoff's unique skill is active has been reduced by 10%, kind of the same deal with Raja. So that's going to be interesting to see. Kristoff now generates manual boost for every rival racer stuns while the charge activation of unique skill is active. This is also a great change, you know, at least for Kristoff, because his manual boost literally gets like dropped as soon as you activate it. That man like chugs that manual boost like no tomorrow. So that's going to be a great change. Kristoff's top speeds has also been increased, guys. They're increasing a lot of top speed for a lot of racers. It's going to be real interesting. Anna, here you go. This is a big one that everybody was talking about. This is a big juicy one. For Anna, the duration of both the normal and charge activations of Anna's unique skill has been reduced by 20% across all star upgrade levels. So, you know, hopefully this reduces the chaining of her unique abilities. The amount of manual boost generated by both normal and charge activation has also been reduced by 20%. So Anna might not go as crazy as she does this season. So we'll see how Anna plays out next season, guys. Elsa's top speeds also has been increased. So Elsa's gonna be even faster, guys. That's another great change. Hans will now be invulnerable in addition to invisible while the normal activation of unique skill is active. Let's go. Now Hans finally get the invulnerability that we all thought he had when he had his normal activation. Hans' top speed stats have been increased. I don't think Hans needed a top speed increase, but wow, that's gonna be that. Yo, Hans might be meta. Hans definitely might be meta, guys. Racer Bell, guys. Racer Bell. The duration of the speed boost granted by touching the birds while Bell's charge unique skills active has been reduced by 20%. Wow. Were those birds really that glitchy? Maybe I didn't play Bell as good as I should have, but I never felt like her birds really did anything for me. But you know, we'll see how that plays out for all you Bell mains out there. Now we got change for Beast. Beast's acceleration and handling stats have been increased. That's another great one right there, because Beast's handling was terrible. So we'll see how good Beast plays out in the next season. And here's another good one. Mike Wazowski's got a nerf, chat. Mike Wazowski's got a nerf. The teleportation distance granted by doors from both normal and charge activation has been reduced by 10%. So now 10% reduction of how far your doors goes when you go into them. So that's going to be interesting to see how Mike plays out now. Figment's getting a buff, guys. This is going to be interesting. Figment, both the normal and charge unique skill activations now grant Figment 1 speed boost star regardless of whether a rival racer is inside the skills area of effect AoE. So that's going to be good. That means no matter if you use the normal or charge, you're automatically going to start off with a star, which is great. So that's going to probably make them a little bit more valuable to get that extra speed boost needed to get ahead of the pack, or you know, to catch up to the pack. Now we got a Hercules. I think this one's going to be a buff too. Hercules. The duration of the speed boost granted by both normal and charge activation of Hercules unique skill has been increased by 5 seconds. Wow, so it's going to even last even longer by a 0.5. The durations of both the normal and charge activation of unique has been increased by 1 second. So the boost gets increased by 5.5 seconds, and the duration is going to be increased by 1 full second. So we'll see how good Hercules is with these little changes. Minnie Mouse's top speed stats have been reduced, by the way. So Minnie Mouse got a little nerf. Shang's top speed stats have been increased. That's going to be interesting to see how Shang plays out. And then Mowgli, guys. Mowgli, the wolves from Mowgli's unique skills will no longer disappear if they collide with the rival racer's projectiles. So this is another interesting change, because we all know with Mowgli, every time the uniques or the wolves will touch like an obstacle, they will disappear. Now they will no longer disappear. So I'm kind of interested to see how that plays out for Mowgli. So now we're under the gameplay, guys. Now we're under the gameplay. This is some big changes here. Suns and walls. We have made adjustments that should reduce the number of instances where racers end up trapped against walls after being stunned. That's one that everybody complained about, which, you know, in good respect, you know, because being stunned and being stuck on a wall can make or break your race. So now that should happen less, should definitely help out a lot of racers, because that was a big thing. The airlift momentum is another big thing. We have made adjustments that should reduce the instances where racers are unable to traverse areas such as nets in the silver screen race environment due to lack of momentum. So that's great to hear, because when I used to get stunned in those nets, man, when I got stunned, my race was over with, because I'm sitting there literally just jumping up on the nets literally constantly because I had no momentum. So hopefully that also helps a lot of racers out there that may get stunned during the jumps. Now, season tour changes. Season tour chapter preview. Players will now be able to preview locked season tour chapters. Upcoming race conditions and rewards will be visible, which will allow players to plan their progression better throughout the whole season. This is a good change, but they didn't say anything about racers that are hard to unlock or not able to be unlocked being, you know, stop being the condition, like a Oswald or a Wally. So, you know, I'm kind of interested to see how they do their season tour chapters, to see if they have anything that's really hard to like reach, because I'm with you guys. You know, the free-to-play players that started in season 4 may not have certain racers even in season 5. So hopefully Game Loft changes that to where, you know, they're choosing racers that a lot of people have instead of just, you know, locking everything through a mid-season racer. Or at least do the mid-season racers where, you know, it's a doable amount, not level 30 to 35 mid-season racer. That's crazy. So we'll see how that goes. Now, limited events, Racer Boost is gonna have new racers. We're gonna have Aladdin, Genie, Jafar, Hades, Gaston, and Kristoff and Hans, which is gonna be great. Kristoff and Hans, you know, I don't need shards for them, but I do need the materials to get them higher. Hades is gonna be good. Gaston is also gonna be great because we need to get those guys up there. And then obviously Aladdin and Genie because I need to get them to 4 stars. So that's gonna be great for the racer boost for me right there, and for anybody across the board that might need to upgrade some of these racers. Now the season box is gonna be changed. I don't know how this is gonna work, but I kind of like what they're doing here. Season box. The season box is being split into seasonal racer specific boxes. Each of the new boxes will include racer shards for the particular racer as well as crew shards. Players will be able to use season box credits on any of the available season boxes, while the free golden pass track and seasonal time limited event racers will have their boxes available for all players from the start of the season. Then premium golden pass track and season tour racers boxes will only be available in the shop once that racer is unlocked. I mean, I don't know how this is going to get played out, guys. I feel like, you know, I guess from what I'm assuming is, you know, for example, Ariel, if you unlock Ariel, you're going to get a Ariel specific seasonal box. If that's the case, that's actually really good because, you know, my frozen ones, I've been trying to get Anna, Elsa, and Olaf shards, but I keep getting Hans and Kristoff, which is already a max level. So with something like this, I can specifically go to an Elsa box and just focus on trying to get her shards. So this is, I want to see how this plays out in real time once season 6 comes out, but this looks like a great change. Hopefully they do this for everybody, not just for that current season, because we will love to get like an Aladdin season box, or, you know, a box of a racer that we want to focus on. So, you know, this will be great. Also, you know, crew shards, which is really scarce to get, you know, that would be great to have a box to be getting crew shards specifically. Now, Game Loft, do that for other racers. We need somewhere to get crew shards. You know, same with your racer boost event. Let's get a racer crew shard boost event. Put that in the weeklies. We need more weeklies anyways, more content. So, you know, release a racer crew boost event so we can focus on certain crews and epic crews to unlock them and actually make them stronger. That's one change I hope that they will implement, because there is no way to get crew shards other than paying for it. So Game Loft, if you want a free to play option, that racer boost would definitely be a nice free to play option for race crew shards. Multiplayer coin box. So this one I think don't really matter to me because I already got all the multiplayer like stuff from the multiplayer box. But the multiplayer coin box is being split into 2 separate boxes. One box containing plates, avatars, card colors, and models for 200 coins, and then a box rate containing race suits, cart liveries, cart wings, wheels, and victory animations for 600 multiplayer coins. So we'll see how that plays out, because obviously, you know, we're gonna get more racers, so more multiplayer stuff will be added to those boxes. So we'll definitely look into that to see, you know, how those changes play out. Now then, we got our general fixes and improvements, guys. General fixes and improvements. Improvements have been made for desync issues with trail-based common and unique skills. I love that. Hopefully that fixes the desync issues, because sometimes I will get hit and I'm not even on the trail. Like, you know, that makes no sense. So hopefully these desync issues will fix that. Now, if they can fix the desync issues with side bashes as well, because I'll side bash someone and they're still going ahead of me because, you know, it doesn't register the hit on their end. So that's a big change I hope that they implement in the future, because, you know, I'm over here, I had to side bash somebody twice just for it to register. It's crazy. New loading screens with unique skill descriptions have been added. That's great for new players right there. Great for new players. I actually love that. And also for even returning players, because we'll have new screens to see other than the same ones that we always see. Additional race objectives have been added to season tour, limited events, and missions. I like that. More race objectives, more things to do. I love that. When you're telling us that you're gonna have new things to do, different type of styles of races, I like that. I like that. Racer star levels are now visible in the edit racer menu. That's a nice change. That way we can actually see the stars without having to click on the racer. New players now have the option to unlock one additional speedster class racer after completing the first starter circuit race. You know, it's good for new players to be able to, you know, be able to unlock an additional speedster class. You know, they didn't say what racers are available, but that'll be nice for, you know, all new players to come in. They get a racer right off the bat from doing the tutorial. That's actually really great. And then they fixed an audio bug that caused the sound of Shang's charge unique skill to keep playing beyond the duration of the skill, which is another welcome change, because I'm tired of hearing that unique ability for the whole duration of the race and using it the first time. That was annoying. I know you guys hated it, so that's also a welcome change. All in all, this was a huge list of updates that they did. You know, they changed racers, they changed up tricksters. You know, they're making changes with the stuns, the airlift momentums. Now we can preview season tour chapters. They're adding racer boost racers. They're changing the season box, the multiplayer coin box. There's a lot of changes that they're implementing. So, you know, it looks like a lot of the feedback has been received from my point of view. Now, that doesn't mean not all feedbacks have been, you know, received or mentioned, because, you know, the multiplayer compensation rewards that we got, I feel like was very lazy. You know, I don't hate to be negative, but I feel like it was very lazy, because we only got 100 for Mickey, Toy Story, Monsters Inc. type of and then Aladdin materials, which is materials that a lot of us, you know, are very, very, you know, we needed or we don't need no more, because our races are past level 30. And if they're past level 30, we need the level 30 materials that, you know, we never got compensated for. You know, there's a lot of racers that are champ level for me that I could have gotten more materials if they actually compensated the difference of what we missed, instead of just 100 per collection. I think that was very lazy. There is no mid-season materials that we're getting. You know, we're losing out on a lot of materials. So Game Love, I really do stress this enough, that this multiplayer compensation should be different, and I feel that you should actually give all of us veteran racers the actual difference of what we should have gotten, instead of just 100 for everything and then keep it at that, because 100 for everything is not nearly as much as what we would have gotten if we would have just did our races at this season instead of, you know, the last 4 seasons, especially for our mid-season racers that actually really need those materials. So I really hope that change gets implemented. You know, a Jumbo change that I put in the multiplayer feedback as well is another one that I said that should be implemented. Is, you know, instead of Jumbo always focusing on the first place person for his uncharged, I feel like his uncharged should be always the person in front of him. That way Jumbo can catch up if he's in last place, instead of just ruining the race for the first place person that he's never going to catch up to, if he can't even catch up to 7th place or 6th place. So I'm hoping that change will help, because that change will definitely help Jumbo. You know, aside from the compensations, aside from the clock setup, you feel like clocks should be gone from ranked, in my opinion. So I feel like that should be changed. You know, they didn't say no changes about the 1v1s either on here, which is interesting, because I would have loved to see a 1v1 you know, adjustment or something like that. I know AJ said that they are going to add that back on season 6, but it's not on these notes. So if anybody's not in the Discord, they're not going to know that, you know, these changes are going to happen on season 6 with the 1v1s. So that's another change, you know. And a lot of people want balancing in ranked. I don't know how that can happen when there's so many different elements, you know, race crew levels, you got the actual racer levels, and then you have the NPR, and the fact a lot of that into one, you know, trying to make a balance a rank mode probably be kind of difficult, you know, from a developer standpoint. But, you know, I'm not a developer, so I can't say that. I'm just trying to give out feedback as much as I can, you know, to make this game the game that I know it can be, and the game that we all know that it can be. So, you know, I really am hopeful of Game Love, and I hope Game Love knows what type of game they have here, because they have the potential of being the #1 kart racer genre game if they actually, you know, put their heads together and actually, you know, be for the player instead of be for the business. You know, adjust token prices, adjust, you know, the amount of tokens it is per box or whatever the case may be to make it fair for players. You know, in my opinion, don't force players to have to pay for things. That players will pay for things because they love the game and they want to support the game. There's two different things, and I feel like Game Loft, if you go in this perspective of, you know, letting the players pay for what they want, and they're gonna pay what they want because they love the game instead of, you know, you guys forcing us to pay, I feel like your game would be a lot healthier. Honestly, in my opinion, the game would be a lot healthier, and there won't be a lot of backlash, because right now a backlash you guys are getting is all because of pay to win mechanics. Literally, season tour, I'll have to get a 3-star Oswald, pay for him to get so I can complete my season tour. So, you know, keep that all in account, because at the end of the day, you know, your players are your you know, is your income. So, you know, don't turn off players, don't make players feel like, you know, they have to do something that they don't want to do, or, you know, feel pressured. You know, let the players want to play the game the way they want to get played, and keep improving the game. And I feel like, you know, this game can really set off. Honestly, you know, in my opinion, it's one of my favorite games, and I will always, you know, defend this game as much as I can. But I can't defend you when you guys are doing things like that, honestly, and I apologize. But, you know, I am with the free-to-play players. I might pay for things, but, you know, as a free-to-play player as well, I understand their struggles, and I understand their, you know, their doubts and everything. So, you know, without further ado, this is all the talk that I have for today, all the updates. I appreciate everyone that actually stuck through and watched this whole video. I will go ahead and end this video. If you guys like the content, please like, subscribe, comment on the video. If you guys want to see some more Speedstorm content, definitely let me know. And until the next video, much love to everybody that stayed true. Also, actually, before I leave, we have an update. If you guys want to be a mod for the Discord community server, the Disney Speedstorm Discord server, they are actually, you know, accepting mod applications. And, you know, being a mod doesn't mean that you're gonna, you know, have to be there 24/7. That's not the case. But they're looking for someone in the time zones of European, Australian, New Zealand, and Asian time zones. So if you are in those time zones and you love the game and you want to be a mod for that Discord, I'm gonna post a link in my description to join the Discord, and they're gonna have the mod application. So go ahead and check that out and become a mod in the Discord. You get a certain incentives, like knowing things before other players. Obviously, you will have to sign an NDA, but you will be able, you know, to know things before anybody else, and you'll be modding the community of Disney Speedstorm. So if you love the game and you want to be a mod, definitely hit that link in my description, and you will definitely be taken to the Discord. Much love to everybody. Again, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next video. Much love.